There is a police-involved shooting involving a teenager that happened down south that is currently picking up a lot of steam in the media, especially with these online blogs like the Shade Room, like you guys see on the screen. Now, this situation, the victim in this case was a 15-year-old named Jaheim McMillan. And we see these police-involved shootings get a lot of press right before elections, but and I expect these for the media to at least try to hype these type incidents up. In 2023, 2024, they're going to try to ramp up covering these said situations. Jaheim McMillan. Let's get down to the root cause, because I blame his parents for this whole situation occurring. I blame his parents. I blame his upbringing. Now, this happened in Gulfport, Mississippi. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. So Gulfport is up north. It's like two different worlds. From the metro area compared to Gulfport, it's two different worlds. But Jaheim McMillan. Let me start by saying that the name curse. There's a name curse. Especially as I'm getting older, I'll be 25 next year. The Jaheim, Raheem, Javante, Devontae, Keyshawn. I had a cousin named Keyshawn. He died in 2019 with a fentanyl overdose. He just graduated high school, so he was like 19. As I'm getting older, these people with these names, like I just mentioned, where are they at? They're not at the the dentist front office. They're not pilots. They're not physicians. They're not doctors. Where are they at? The only Jalen I can think of is Jalen Rose, and he on ESPN. Why he's so woke, he should be happy he can be alive, because from what I see, from what I grew up around, a lot of Jalen's and Raheem's and Keyshawn end up getting killed. And now in this case, before I even break down what happened, I just had to talk about this whole name curse situation. That's why the topic is cursed since birth. And this is a great example to talk about. This is a great example to really discuss this whole topic, cursed since birth. So Jaheim, he was at a discount store around 2 p.m. in Gulfport, Mississippi, and someone called him, and Jaheim and his friends were out there with firearms. And when the police arrived to the scene, Jaheim and his friends fled the scene. They fled the car, got to running. See what I'm saying? Not getting on the ground. That's what they should have done. Immediately get on the ground. But that's the thing. The only people I run from is the police. Only people I'm running from is 12 kamikaze missions. That's what they say. I've seen pictures of Jaheim, because I want to play the news clip, and I'm gonna come back and talk even more. But I've seen the pictures of Jaheim. I saw him laying on the ground. I've seen the pictures of him. I've seen a whole bunch of pictures, because like I say, I'm from the SIP, so I'm seeing his pictures of him while he was laying on the ground after being affected with a gunshot wound. His pants were sagging, and he had white gym shorts on with a firearm tucked in his gym shorts. 15 years old with a firearm. Now, at one point in my life, I was Jaheim, but I didn't get that far down the road of going down the wrong path to where you buying a firearm, because you are buying this firearm to protect yourself from somebody black, not nobody white. And I can make a few phone calls in this state, and I can find out what street you from, what flag you claim. Yeah, let's talk about the root issues of this whole Jaheim McMillan situation, Shade Room, and all these other channels talking about it. That's why these other channels suck. They don't say nothing about the real behind the scenes of the foundation that got Jaheim to this said point. Before I go even further, I want you guys to hear what the sheriff in Gulfport said about this situation. Of course, after the children fled the scene, the officer, of course, tried to tell these kids, get down, get down. Jaheim was still standing, and he had a firearm. So the police officers get killed too, y'all. It was a shootout in Greenville the other day that I'm gonna talk about at the end of this video. A black officer got killed by somebody black. So it's me or you, Jaheim. Get on the ground. So Jaheim refused, and Jaheim lost his life. But I want you guys to hear what the Gulfport sheriff had to say, and I'm gonna come back and discuss even more of this situation. Check it out.
Police sharing more on the officer-involved shooting that killed a 15-year-old. Online threats against an officer are also coming to light.
As Stephanie Poole explains, while state agencies continue this investigation, community members are demanding more answers.
It's been nearly a week since the deadly shooting of Jaheim McMillan. The teen was shot in the parking lot of the Family Dollar store. In a press conference, Police Chief Adam Cooper addresses the public about the moments leading up to the fatal incident.
One of the officers observed McMillan, who was armed. The officer gave chase to McMillan, gave orders for him to stop and drop his weapon. McMillan did not comply. McMillan turned both his body and his weapon towards the officer. The officer fired at McMillan.
McMillan later died from a single gunshot wound. Chief Cooper requested MBI to take over the entirety of the investigation, from the charges of aggravated assault to the officer-involved shooting. This includes evidence, radio traffic 911 calls, dispatch, dashboard, and body cam footage. Cooper also addressed threats made to an officer that is wrongfully accused of shooting McMillan.
He has nothing to do with this. He was, in fact, out of state when this occurred.
So you guys saw what the sheriffs had to say in Gulfport, Mississippi. The social media police tried to dox this said officer who did it, but they doxed the wrong one. So the social media police in their mom and daddy house, that's what another reason why they voting Democrat. They ain't seen these energy bills been jumping up. They ain't seen a bill, period. But they tried to dox an officer, but oopsies, the wrong one. And I want to salute Gulfport Police. They are not folding to no type of pressure. We have an investigation. We're not just going to throw body cam when you say go. We're not going to jump the internet when you say how. We're not just going to jump when the internet says how high. No, we are an actual law enforcement entity. We have actual standards and principles and policies in place. See what I'm saying? So I salute Gulfport Police for doing that. And this whole situation, like I say, all I have to do is make a few phone calls. I can figure out what flag you rep, Jaheim, what set you were from. And the parents in this whole situation, like I say, the parents, where were they? Jaheim is 15 years old, 2 p.m. I thought school was in. Why is he not at school? He's sagging his pants at a discount store. And it's like, what? Like, and he was out with his friends. He's 15. Was the people in the car he was with, were they even old enough to drive since they were driving around? That's what my questions are, the foundation of how it got to this point. Jaheim, and he also noticed he had dreads and a haircut. I mean, so look like y'all, the parents, I couldn't choose what haircut I got till I was like 17 or 18. Whoever's paying for the haircut decides what type of cut I was getting. So Jaheim, and this is the problem, Jaheim, in this whole case, why are people not talking about the foundation problem? Why are people, the foundation of how it got to this point is you or me. And Jaheim, you know that the life you was living, it was only going to end 4 ways. The graveyard, jail, shot by an officer, or shot by D on 31st Street, one of your ops. One of the people that your set or gang are oppositions with. Like I said, you had this illegal firearm on you for the protection against other blacks in Gulfport. So, Jaheim, I'm just asking questions here. And guys, I believe yesterday a police officer was killed in Greenville, Mississippi. This ain't getting the same amount of press as Jaheim McMillan. Shade Room post this. Why y'all not posting this? This lady right here was a detective in Greenville. Officers work 10, 15 years just to try to become a detective. This lady becomes a detective and gets into a shootout in Greenville, and she dies and leaves behind her 3-year-old, I believe, son or daughter, but her 3-year-old child to now have a life of, to now live and things like that. Where's the GoFundMe's for this lady? Where's the outcry for her? And people are mad that this is our governor, Tate Reeves. People are mad that he posted about her on Twitter, but didn't post Jaheim McMillan. I mean, like, that's like the incompetence of people now. I guess, like, especially in Gulfport, it ain't nothing to do up there, no way. The water's brown. Y'all need to be worried about how to get that water clean. They only known for seafood is because they right on the water. They known for a lot of hurricanes and storms hitting because they right on the water. So the Gulfport, they ain't got nothing else to do but cry and complain, and everybody know y'all worse them. So this is really what's going on. So like I say, they mad at Tate Reeves about this, and it's like, Do y'all not hear what I said about Jaheim McMillan? I've had 2 cousins this year alone in Jackson, Mississippi be shot and killed, and they were in their 20s. And it wasn't by the white man. This whole rhetoric of police, just outcry for police. We asked for the state to do this and do that. Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, stand down. Gulfport Police, stand down. They have been handling this situation as they should. The parents of Jaheim McMillan, where was the accountability at long time ago? You didn't check his room. You didn't notice certain trends about him. You knew where this was going. You knew. You won't comply. So what I got to do? You force me to, you force my hand. Because if I don't shoot, then I become just like this Greenville officer on the screen who left her child behind. So that's what I have to say about Jaheim McMillan. And I'm going to keep on saying it. Every time these situations occur, it's important just to show the total hypocrisy of basically the citizens in these regions. They don't know what they're talking about. They virtue signal. They mad at the governor for posting about this lady was a police officer. She was getting state benefits. Jaheim wasn't getting no state benefits. What has he done for the state that the governor should have to post about him? He didn't do nothing. So Jaheim, you knew where this was going. You knew what this lifestyle was. And I hope this video can bring some at least insight to Democrats who are defending Jaheim McMillan. You're defending him? Really? Hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. This is JC5K. Prayers all around. I'll see y'all in the next one.